Hello everyone, Ethersong here, and welcome back for some more Triangle Strategy. I'm going to be starting today's video with one of the side stories here. It says, at Whiteholm Castle, home of Glenbrook's royal family, preparations begin for a grand ceremony to commemorate a new age of harmony between the three nations. Let's take a look at it.
Wherever did my fool brother run off to? I explicitly told him I wanted him here when we welcome our guests.
So we have Franny here. Crown Prince of Glenbrook, Franny Glenbrook. Crown Prince and eldest son of Ragna, he studies the art of kingship at his father's side and manages the royalists. He often finds himself at odds with his younger brother Roland due to their differing personalities.
It would seem Prince Roland shrugged off the King's Guard and went on a little excursion, as he's wont to do.
So we know where Prince Roland went. He went to see us at the last battle there. I guess to meet Frederica as well.
I swear it's as if the boy exists to drive us mad.
But he doesn't seem to be thought highly of by other people here at the castle.
He is an embarrassment to our family. No matter. I will see to matters myself.
Your honored guests have arrived, Your Highness.
So Claris here. So who is Claris? Well, he seems like the scheming type, doesn't he? Merchant of the Norzelia Consortium, Claris Broker. A merchant who travels among the realm's nations as a member of the Norzelia Consortium, an independent and neutral organization that manages the trade of iron and salt.
I see new faces among them. I trust you can tell me more, Claris.
But of course, Your Highness. The imposing-looking woman over there is General Avlora of Esfrost. Her prowess in battle is such that some say she is the second coming of Groma Ironfist, hero of the Salt Iron War. If the rumors of her strength are true, she is more likely to emerge victorious than any but the Dawnspear himself. Over there is Minister Exham Marshall of the Holy State of Hyzant.
It seems like we're being introduced to some key characters from across the nation. And Hyzant is called a holy state, so we can assume that it has perhaps a church or some religious background.
He is the newest appointee to the Saintly Seven, and has been placed in charge of the military and diplomatic affairs. 'Tis a rise to prominence nigh unheard of for one so young.
A general of the Grand Duchy and Hyzant's young hope. I imagine this will not be the last I hear of them. I know this man. Sorsley End of Hyzant, yes?
Just so, my lord. As you doubtless know, he is the Holy State's Minister of Salt. A prestigious position, though it is said he feels threatened by Minister Exham of late.
So even the great monolith that is the Holy State is not immune to internal strife.
So I guess, like he's saying here, there's infighting among the nations as well, or disputes among people. I guess there'll always be people trying to get more power.
Thank you, Claris. I can see they were not wrong to tap you to lead the consortium.
As the officially appointed bookmaker for the tournament, it would not do for me to be ignorant of the combatants.
So now we learn here that they're going to be holding a tournament. So that must be one of their celebrations for the nations coming together. I guess a tournament among the nations, though.
Your Highness, Lord Thalos and Lady Erica, brother and sister of the Archduke, have arrived. They will be joining the festivities in Archduke Gustadolf's stead.
Let me see who this patriot is as well. So he's a minister of Glenbrook. Patriarch Konsar, a nobleman whose name has long been known throughout Glenbrook. He leads the Royalists, a faction that supports the royal family and dutifully tends to the kingdom's political matters as minister.
Word has it that Lord Thalos has been appointed Prime Minister, which would make him the second most influential individual in all of Esfrost.
Archduke Gustadolf is said to prize freedom more than anything. It would seem that includes the freedom to put his own family above all.
With all due respect, Your Highness, the decisions of another nation are their own. Do take care not to say anything that might offend our new allies.
So I guess the Archduke perhaps put one of his own in the position of a prime minister
You need not remind me,
in
Patriarch.
Esfrost.
I know there is little to be gained from quarreling with Esfrost's ruling family.
And Frederica also came from Esfrost, but as we saw, she had some unique hair color. As a, what was it, Rosalian background? And everyone
Honored
else here has white
guests.
hair.
I am Franny, Crown Prince of Glenbrook. It is an honor to welcome you to our kingdom in my father's stead. I can assure you we have spared no effort in preparing for tomorrow's festivities. Let us ring in this new age of alliance together.
Tomorrow's festivities, so it's going to be coming up soon. I assume the main character, so they know will also be taking part in the tournament.
Though I imagine some may be too occupied awing us with their prowess in the tourney to enjoy the revelry themselves. Allow me to escort you to Whiteholm Castle, where the ceremony will take place, whenever you're ready.
This is in the gardens. Crown City. Roland
Prince
returns.
Roland, finally you return.
At ease, Huet. I
Huet.
trust all was well in my absence.
Well enough. Another visit to the Wolfort domain, was it?
A member of the Glenbrook Kingsguard, Hewitt Buckler, a relatively new member of the Kingsguard entrusted with Roland's protection. She dreamed of serving the crown from a young age and was appointed to position in the Kingsguard after years of hard work. So she's assigned with watching after Roland, but Roland likes to kind of leave when he chooses.
Indeed, on minor business. My apologies for leaving unannounced.
Apologies indeed. You know full well that I am under strict orders from your father to accompany you on any excursions outside the castle.
I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Besides, no one would lose any sleep if something happened to me. Father and Franny least of all. Even Cordelia would get along perfectly fine without her brother.
Well, I would not. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Huet. Forgive me, truly. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. So it is true that you plan to fight in the tourney on the morrow, and alongside House Wolfort no less.
So I guess Roland will be joining House Wolfort in a tournament. So yeah, as I assumed. Said I'll probably be taking part, and Roland will join us then.
How did you...
His Grace told me, when he commanded me to keep you out of trouble.
So Father knew all along.
And so I have decided to fight at your side. You won't be slipping away on my watch this time.
I guess Hewitt will be joining us as well. I'm always on the lookout for what characters potentially are going to be joining us or have the potential to join the main party. And of course, I guess certain decisions could affect which characters join the party as well.
As you wish.
I don't know when things start getting divided up, or as like routes start appearing from the decisions. Probably maybe a big one at the end of this this prologue. It's near the end of chapter 3, perhaps. So that was the side story. So we got to learn a little bit about the preparations at the castle, or at the Crown City here. Now we can go to Castle Wolfert and see what's going on here. Back to the main story.
Welcome back, the both of you.
Were there any troubles while we were out?
None to speak of, aside from Eridor here. But what else is new?
Out with it, Benedict! I heard you were beset by brigands. Is the young lord safe?
Lower your voice. Must you always shout so? Or can't you see that it was that big mouth of yours that invited trouble in the first place?
There is no cause for concern, Eridor. Besides, I'm not a child anymore.
Mayhap not, my lord. But I've known you since you were knee-high to a... never you mind.
So, Eridor. House Wolfert, Armmaster Eridor Ballantyne. Experienced soldier and commander of Wolfert's forces. He has served Simon, I guess we'll learn, alongside Benedict since the Salt Iron War, and continues to do whatever he can as a loyal retainer to House Wolfert. So I guess him speaking of Frederica's arrival and the marriage kind of gave notice to the brigands that they have an opportunity to try to hold somebody hostage, which led to the battle.
And this must be the young lord's bride-to-be.
I am Frederica. It is a pleasure and honor to meet you all.
And I am Gila, her attendant. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Allow me to introduce those in service of House Wolfort. This is Eridor, Master-at-Arms and commander of our military forces.
You'll be the lady of House Wolfort. No harm will befall you as long as I'm around.
And this is Anna, my right hand.
If you require anything, just say the word.
Anna. House Wolfert spy, Anna Pascal. An expert spy and Benedict's right hand, she was taken in by Wolfert after losing her parents and swears to do everything in her power to repay that debt.
They may not be of my blood, but they are my family just the same, and from this day on, they're your family as well.
I am aware that in all of Glenbrook, House Wolfort is second only to the royal family in power and influence. I will do my best not to disappoint you.
A joyous day this is! The little lord grew up and found himself the perfect bride. Nigh brings a tear to my eye.
His voice certainly does carry.
Sorry, my lady, but you'll have to get used to it.
My lord, your father awaits you in his chambers. As for me, I must stay and discuss the preparations for tomorrow's festivities with Anna and Eredor.
Lady Frederica, pray come with me. Father is expecting us.
Got some more people to join our forces. Nice. Anna's aptitudes in battle strikes enemies from the shadows. So she's like I guess a rogue kind of class, right? Said spy in her description. Can take 2 actions in the same turn. So perhaps attack twice. Or attack and then hide. Can conceal herself from enemy eyes. It seems pretty strong. Shields, so it is Eredor's aptitudes in battle. Shields allies with superb defensive capabilities. Draws the enemy's attacks, counter attacks when dealt a physical blow by an adjacent enemy. There's something with tank. And being able to taunt seems very powerful.
As you are well aware, there are 2 events of utmost importance to be conducted before Lord Serenoa and his bride are wed.
The ceremony to commemorate the joint mining venture.
Still can't believe I'll be seeing the day when we break ground on a new mine right here in Glenbrook. And with the full support of Esfrost and Hyzant, no less.
So it's joint mining venture is what's bringing all the nations together. The new mine found in Glenbrook. And they decided to do a joint venture, I guess, to try to bring the nations closer together. Which is also what's bringing these festivities.
You can thank King Regna for that. It was by his most wise and generous proposal that the 3 nations of Norzelia now strive toward a common goal. Needless to say, delegates from each nation will be joining in the festivities.
From the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, Lord Dragan Esfrost, who is overseeing the technical side of the mining operations. The Holy State of Hyzant will be represented by Minister Lila Viscraft of the Saintly Seven. And our own Lord Simon will serve as Glenbrook's delegate and meet with the 2 before the ceremony. Yes?
So it's Simon. I wasn't sure if it was Simon or Simon. Simon. Alright.
Quite so. After that, it will be House Wolfort's responsibility to see that our honored guests feel welcome. Anna, I would trust you safeguarding both Lord Dragan and Minister Lila.
Consider it done.
Then once that stuffy ceremony is over, we can get to the real highlight of the day. The tourney! Ah, my blood's already rushing, just envisioning the greatest warriors from all the realm clashing swords.
From Esfrost, the much-renowned General of Lora. And from Hyzant, Minister Exham Marshall. I have heard much of his prowess as well.
Then, of course, there's our reigning victor, the pride of Glenbrook, Sir Maxwell the Dawnspear.
Seems like some powerful people from all across the nations. It's gonna be a fun tournament to participate in.
Still, I wish them all the best of luck against their hosts. They'll need it to beat House Wolfort.
On that matter, there are 2 things I should make clear. Prince Roland has expressed a desire to join the tourney as a member of House Wolfort's contingent.
Why would the boy want to fight with us and not his own arms master?
Apparently, he originally formally requested to do just that, but King Regna would not allow it.
And so he came to the young lord in hopes of finding another way in. Well, he's more than welcome in my book. The royal family said we're free to put together our own contingent after all. I reckon His Majesty would be beside himself with joy if we could deliver a beating to Esfrost and Hyzant.
Doubtless so. Very well. I shall inform the prince that he is welcome in our ranks.
Finally, there is the matter of Lord Simon's health.
Indeed. Sadly, the lord of the house is in no condition to participate in the tourney. Barring some miracle, I anticipate that Lord Serenoa will have to fight in his Lord Father's stead.
Yeah, I definitely saw this coming. I figured we would participate.
Lord Simon. I suppose age takes its toll on even the mightiest of men. So be it then. You can leave watching over the young lord and Prince Roland to me.
Good. I remind you that while this is a joyous occasion, all of our attendees have their own reasons for coming. Let us not give them an opportunity to catch us unaware.
So opportunity to catch us unaware. I guess need to be worried about anything that could happen. Definitely still feels kind of tense with all the nations coming together, even though it's supposed to be about bringing the nations together in a peaceful way for the new mine. And I'm not seeing another side story, so back to another main story here.
Father, I bring to you my betrothed, the Lady Frederica.
A pleasure to meet you, my lord. I am Frederica of House Esfrost.
Ho ho, the pleasure is all mine.
Were it not for the efforts of House Wolfort, the Saltiron War would rage on still today. I do not deserve the honor of joining your esteemed family, but I will endeavor to serve you all the same.
There is no need for such formalities, my girl. You are tired from your journey, I am sure. Pray rest easy tonight.
Thank you, my lord. I believe that in any journey, the first step is the most important. Before we go forward together, I should like to know why you chose to welcome one of Rosellan blood, such as I.
She really worries about this Rosellan blood thing, doesn't she?
Oh, I'd heard you were a strong-willed one.
Pray forgive my insolence. And yet, I am set to marry into a mighty house of a foreign nation. I should like to know what you wish of me, that I might live up to your expectations.
A most reasonable request. Both of you, listen well.
Yes, Father.
Your marriage was agreed upon by Glenbrook and Esfrost, that the ties between our two nations might be strengthened.
To give us more leverage against Hyzant with their monopoly over salt.
Precisely. With Glenbrook and Esfrost consolidating their power, Hyzant was left with little choice but to join the alliance.
So political marriage to kind of put pressure on Hyzant.
And yet, while Lady Frederica is indeed the Archduke's sister, at the same time she is the daughter of a Rosellan concubine. And House Wolfort, for all our military prowess, is no more than a bannerman of the king. If the aim was to forge the strongest bond we could between our two nations,
It would be far more appropriate for my sister, Lady Erica, to wed the Crown Prince of Glenbrook.
just so, yet neither nation chose that. And do you know why?
So that if relations between our two countries were to take a turn for the worse,
We could be cast away like pawns.
All the political games, right?
Precisely. Such are the schemes of those who rule nations.
I understand now. And yet, no matter how impure the intentions behind this arrangement may be, I will not bring dishonor to the Wolfort name.
Well said, my son. If that is your decision, then...
No. Simon, they were talking about his health condition.
Father!
Lord Simone!
I am an old man, and my health is not what it once was. For this reason and more, I have made my decision. As of this day, I abdicate my position as Lord of House Wolfort. You will serve in my stead from tomorrow forth, my son.
So we're taking over House Wolfort.
But, Father, I am not ready to...
My decision is not made lightly. You have already shown me, with your words and your deeds, that you are more than ready. Think always about what your subjects need from you. Weigh your choices carefully, then take action.
I don't think we've looked at his profile yet, so let's take a quick look at that as well. Lord of House Wolfort, Simon Wolfort, a legendary warrior whose valor brought an end to the Salt Iron War, head of one of the three high houses of Glenbrook. He is an exemplary lord who has the love of his people and the king's trust. So I guess a strong warrior and a good leader.
Do so, and I have no doubt you will make a great lord. And trust in Benedict. He shall serve you as well as he did me.
Thank you, Father. I will spare no effort that one day I may be as beloved by our people as you.
Lady Frederica, your fate is not a simple one. There are many who would try to use the both of you as pawns in their own schemes. Even so, I hope that you will be there to support my son through it all, as his wife, but also as your own person. This is House Wolfort's entreaty, and the wish of a father.
Of course, my lord. It was my intention from the moment I boarded the ship.
Who's there?
Beg pardon, my lord, but Lord Dragan and Minister Lila have arrived.
Very well. Presiding over tonight's banquet will be my final duty as Lord of the House.
People from Esfrost and
Tomorrow's
Hyzant have arrived.
ceremony will mark the beginning of yours, my son. And after that will be your wedding. Rest well tonight, both of you, for busy days lie ahead.
Hopefully the wedding also comes without issue. A young hawk soars, completed. It's the end of chapter 1. Alright, so we're going to be ending the current video here. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.